everyone, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Arel Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center with a deep dive into your most reliable forecast. Now, the last couple of days we've been in this active weather pattern, and we're wet, gusty, and chilly across the high desert today, but a bigger change up to this weather pattern is on the way, and it really takes shape this weekend. So through the next couple of minutes, I'm going to answer some questions and give you everything you need to know as we go forward through this weekend. Yes, more showers are on the way, but look at this weekend planner. It actually shows that Saturday it's going to be another chilly day with some sprinkles possible, a few light showers not out of the question, and winds are going to be breezy at times across our Tri-County area. And this is as a warm front is pushing through the high desert. So by Sunday, we get a bump in temperatures. And that warm up isn't going to be significant, but it puts us close to either side of 60 degrees. So we're calling it a transition day. We have rebounding highs. It's going to be breezy for most of us, and still a few sprinkles are left. When it comes to snow, most of what's going to fall is either already fallen, it's going to happen this evening, or into tonight. That's through the Cascades. Even in our lower elevations where you see some of those light totals, we're talking a dusting, that's going to be through the overnight hours as this active weather pattern really wraps up. Now, going forward through Saturday and Sunday, that's a different system that's going to be impacting us. But because of this snow that's falling through the Cascades, the National Weather Service does have a winter weather advisory until 11 p.m. citing 5 to 10 inches of snow. I don't think it's going to be that much, but that's okay. And going forward through the next couple of days, we'll really start to see those changes. So let's look outside. Our cameras across the Tri-County area at the moment show cloud cover. There are some showers off in the distance in a couple of the cameras, or falling right over the camera, and you can even see some of those raindrops on the lenses. Looking at our roads specifically, not too much to talk about, just wet roads across Central Oregon, and that's because of this front that's been pushing through the Pacific Northwest today. Through the passes, it looks like there are some slick roads. Century Drive on the way up to Bachelor has some snow on the road, so does the government camp, and the snow continues to fall. But when we go ahead and look at our satellite and radar, we can see a whole lot of cloud cover on satellite, and when it comes to radar, there is some shower activity in the lower elevations. I really just don't think that the radar is picking up on the rain that's been pushing through because we're kind of in a radar desert. So let's go ahead and just look at the pattern. This cold front is rolling through. Snow continues to fall in the Cascades. Winds have been gusty. We're going to talk about winds in a couple minutes. But when we look at the bigger picture, we do see that the bulk of our system is already pushing through the Pacific Northwest. And when we zoom out and take a closer look at what's happening across the Pacific Ocean, that everything that's upstream of us, we see a couple things. First, a broad ridge of high pressure out over the Pacific off the California coastline. Second, another low that's continuing to develop just south of the Aleutian Islands. This low right here, we have very tight isobars, which is indicative of strong winds in that area. And this is the system that pushes through the region Saturday and Sunday. One thing that we are noticing is the cold front is separate from the low. That means there's an occluded front coming right south to the west, just south of the Aleutian Islands, and this system is already fizzling out. By the time it gets here, we're not looking at much in the way of rain for the high desert. Most of it gets absorbed by the Cascades, but that doesn't mean it's going to impact. It's not going to impact us. When it comes to future road conditions, roads are wet this evening, and going forward through the overnight hours, we're looking at a transition from rain to snow showers. But even by 11 p.m., we don't see too much in the way of snow on the roads until we get to the Cascades. Each one of our passes, from Government Camp to St. Anne Pass to Willamette Pass and even Diamond Lake Junction, shows slick roads out there. And then fast forward a little bit more, by the time we get to Saturday morning, we're talking some slick roads. That's about it when it comes to this system that has that winter weather advisory associated with it from the National Weather Service. So when we go ahead and look at our forecast model, we start off with our two fronts. The one that's already pushing through the Pacific Northwest started bringing rain this afternoon, and the one way out over the Pacific Ocean. First, the warm front pushes through, then a cold front, then a second warm front from a different system that's going to bypass us completely. So here through tonight, we're looking at more mountain snow, rain showers, and transitioning to snow showers as those snow levels fall on the backside of this cold front, and some clearing by the morning hours. We could be looking at mostly sunny to partly cloudy, then increasing cover, then a warm front starts to roll through. The tail end of this warm front is going to bring showers up the west slopes of the Cascades with snow in the mountains, but we're talking some sprinkles on our side of the Cascades. By Sunday, a couple more sprinkles. By Monday, that second warm front, the tail end of it, is going into the Pacific Northwest, meaning we're in the warm sector of this system, so temperatures jump up even more with some clearing through the day. And by Tuesday, that's when we're topping out, well above average and well into the 70s. So between now and Monday at 11 p.m., we're looking at mostly rain and snow in the Cascades. To get a little bit better look at some of those totals, this is a high resolution forecast model, and it shows mostly rain, maybe a dusting here and there, but it also shows 13 to 23 inches in the mountains. I don't think we're going to get that much. I think it's going to be a lot less than that through the Cascades. This is the different forecast model that I use on air quite a bit, and it shows a dusting in the lower elevations. I'll buy that. I still think some of these numbers are a little high, meaning that even in the Cascades, I think some of these numbers are a little high. But just know that most of the snow is going to be in the Cascades. In the mountains, we're talking maybe 4 to 9 inches of snow with 12 plus in the highest elevations. And then going forward through Sunday, or through the entire weekend, we're not looking at too much changing in the way of that. Just some sprinkles rolling through. Monday at 11 p.m., we're talking same snow totals, but remember that transition even at higher elevations, so it could be melting some of the snow in the Cascades. Winds have just been gusty today, and they're still gusting between 20 and 31 miles per hour across the high desert. Actual wind speeds are 15 to 25 miles per hour, mostly coming out of the west. Now through the day, we had winds that were just breezy at times, but it was this afternoon that we really started to see those wind speeds ramp up. And tonight they start to taper off, but not until after sunset, bringing us back down to a gentle breeze. By Saturday, we're talking a light breeze that could get breezy at times, so 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusts of 20 plus. And then by Sunday, it gets breezy, even gusty at times once again. And that's because of the next cold front that's rolling through. Now for today, temperatures, or I should say in the last 24 hours, temperatures topped out in the 50s with a few 40s on the map. And yeah, even right now, we mostly have 40s with 52 degrees in Warm Springs. But the temperature difference is actually running a little warmer than it was yesterday for most of the Tri-County area. Not quite everyone, close to where it was in Sisters, Prineville, Madras, and Warm Springs. But here through tonight, it does get chilly. Temperatures back into the 30s, near freezing and below freezing for some. We could be looking at a few 20s for lows, but by tomorrow we're not going very far, topping out in the 40s with some 50s, very similar to today, slightly cooler. Tonight, you can expect those temperatures to bottom out in the 30s with a few 20s. Showers continue. By Saturday, we're looking at some sprinkles and highs in the 40s and 50s. Then your 7-day planner, it shows that we're actually looking at some clearing late Sunday, but more clearing Monday during the afternoon and evening hours. The temperature's already rebounding Sunday. By Monday, we're on either side of 70. By Tuesday, we're into the 70s. And then our next system starts to approach Wednesday. It will bring more rain. It will bring a little bit of wind tree mix overnight, and winds are going to get breezy again. But look at that drop in temperatures coming back down from 71 to 54. That is a 15 to 20 degree drop in temperatures, very similar to what we're looking at between today, or Saturday, and Monday. That's a 20 degree jump in temperature. So truly, roller coaster temperatures, but most of our lows are above freezing. We are expecting more showers on the way, and winds are going to get breezy at times. So, our weekend headlines for Friday, March the 21st, include some rain and snow showers through the rest of tonight, few sprinkles through this weekend. Both Saturday and Sunday, winds get breezy at times, and the warming starts on Sunday. Now remember, Sunday is our transitional day. That's when our rebounding temperatures are expected, and we're on either side of 70 degrees by Tuesday with spring-like conditions to start the week, and then another system Wednesday and Thursday. Well, that is the latest in weather. Tune in tonight to Central Oregon Daily News. Well, the latest headlines and news and your most reliable forecast. Got a different on-air schedule tonight. We're going to be on air at 5 and 11 on ABC. On CBS, March Madness is going on, so we're going to be doing a live broadcast for COTV, and then we will have, that's also going to be available on streaming, and then we will have a show right after the game on CBS and be back at 11 on CBS. So we'll see you then. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below, and I'll do my best to get to them through this evening to answer any questions and let you know exactly what's happening in your neck of the woods. That's it. We'll see you later.